can't tell somebody to pick up a guitar and then just go play
Yeah.
Led
Oh,
Zeppelin.
no, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know, yeah. For
So
sure.
it's practice. You don't know where you're going to be in 10
Yeah,
years. You
yeah.
can't plan that out. But if you're off creating work that you love and is having an impact on people, it'll pull you in so many different directions. What do you got, man?
What do I got?
What does your shirt say?
My shirt says Tin Roof. This is actually a friend of mine who passed away a few years back.
Oh, wow.
He did this big music festival in his yard. I've been playing guitar for forever, and all my friends are kind of like musicians and stuff too. So
Cool, man.
there's a whole bunch of bands that he got together. He has this place out in the country.
Did you play too?
Yeah, we played there every year. Yeah.
That's sick.
His girlfriend actually kept it going for a few years after he passed away, and then the last couple she didn't have it, but I don't know if she will again. She might. You never know. But yeah, it was a really fun event where we got together. He had a whole bunch of bands play like all weekend long, so it was just like it'd get
Nice,
like
man.
20, 30, 40 bands, something like that. And
That's awesome.
it was just basically a big party, but
Cool.
well, yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. So one of my questions was, should you mix different passions or loves together with your message or like your videos and stuff like that? Like say for me, I play guitar.
Yeah.
Plus, I also like I've got big into health and healthy eating and stuff like that lately. So
You have to make it make sense for the audience.
yeah, that's the tricky part.
But it's not. It's just, what is the message?
Yeah.
What was your one word?
I think I just figured it out this morning. Actually, it took me a while. I've been thinking about it for
Hey, that's okay.
for months now. Actually, since I heard about it and since I read the book, and I listened to the audio version actually, and I think it's inspire.
Okay.
Because every time I feel inspired, then I want to share.
So great. So
Yeah.
the goal of your content, your channel, your sessions is to make people feel inspired. Now that could make sense with food or with guitar or with parenting or with challenges or with whatever.
So you could kind of go on anything with that, I guess, eh?
Well, as long as you feel inspired.
And as long as
tell me the story.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? If you're going to play the song, what's the story with the song?
For sure.
Because then I might watch your video and get inspired to go do something myself. But it may not play that song. Maybe it's go take my wife out for a date.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great because if I can inspire anyone to do anything in any way that better wake them up type of thing and get them.
But that's the difference, because if you just did guitar videos and then you said how to eat healthy and then how to...
Yeah.
This guy's all over the place.
Yeah, but I guess if the main message is inspiration behind it, then
how do you bring inspiration to everything?
Because the way I was thinking about it was like, okay, well, I could be talking about health or something like that, and I could use a guitar story as an example of...
I had a guitar guy come to my New York meetup,
Yeah.
and he teaches people how to play guitar. And I said, well, why do you do it? It's like, because I love showing people that things are possible. Because they come to me and they don't know how to play an instrument, and they're afraid, and they feel like their fingers are going to be too delicate, or they'll never get it, or they try when they're younger and they can't. But I said, well, why do you love doing it? It's because when they learn guitar, they see that things are possible, and then they often go off and do all these other things. They make changes in their life, and they have more confidence, and they ask people out, and they say yes to that conference, and they just they build their confidence through it. So what I told him is, you're not in the guitar teaching business. You're in the possibility teaching business, and the guitar is just your tool.
Okay.
And he's like, holy cow, that's right. So but taking that mindset, you're not in just the healthy food business or the guitar playing business, you're in the inspirational business. And the guitar is your tool.
That's eye-opening for me, actually, because I didn't actually realize that, yeah. But yeah, definitely, because, and there's so much, like, if I didn't start playing guitar, I wouldn't have met the people I met and done the things. I wouldn't have had nearly as much confidence as I do in myself type of thing for other things. It's like, okay, well, I did this and I succeeded at it. I know if I just focus on something, I can get to a level that I want to be at, so.
Do you teach guitar too?
No, I don't, but like I always get that question. People always...
You don't want to?
It's not really something that I want to do, like...
Because?
One-on-one. I just don't think it's thrilling to just sit there and, like, I'll give people pointers and stuff like that if they ask, and like we're just sitting down, but it's just not something I want to do full-time type of thing, one-on-one with people. You never know.
Well, the thing is, if you look at it with a different lens, you're not teaching them guitar. You're teaching them how to get inspired.
I guess so.
Because if you look at what, and I'm not saying you have to go be a guitar teacher, but in looking at your path, you met all these amazing people. You went on these journeys because you picked up the guitar.
For sure.
You could gift that to other people. But if somebody's just asking you, hey, how do I play X chord, or how would I play this song? That alone,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just a tactic. It's dry,
Yeah.
it's boring. But if you say, hey, why do you want to learn that song? Oh, because, a buddy of mine had a festival called Tin Roof, and that was his favorite song. And I've never learned how to play, and he inspired me. And at his funeral, or at his 5th anniversary of his death, I want to play that song.
Yeah, that's
Now
great.
there's
Yeah, and that gets me going more too when I think about it too, because it's not actually teaching someone how to be good on guitar that would but make me feel good. It's like actually when I hear when I used to play shows and stuff like that, and I hear nowadays people still remember us from my teenage years. My band back then, people are like, there's people that picked up music and started getting into it just because they seen me doing it and seeing us having fun, and they were like, wow, that's something that inspired them and set them down a certain path in life too. And I get more out of that than actually hearing someone learn to scale or.
Yeah, of course. But people pick up guitar for a reason.
For sure, yeah.
Nobody picks up the guitar and says, I want to be the greatest guitar player in the world. Very few. They're picking up guitar because they want to do something new, because they want a challenge, because it reminds them of something, because they're lost, because there's always a story.
For sure. Well, I used to want to be the greatest guitar player in the world, and then YouTube came along, and I was like, holy smokes, there's an awful lot of damn good guitar players out there.
But that's not, when you picked up the guitar, did you say, I want to be the greatest guitar player in the world before you picked it up?
No.
Why did you pick it up?
Just because I liked music, and I just wanted to be something.
But that's the thing.
Yeah,
That's what you need to ask.
I love the sound of guitar.
But love the sound of guitar, but before, I wanted to be something.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you want to be? What do you want to be?
Yeah. And I didn't know. I was just looking for direction, looking for purpose, wanting to fit in, you know what I mean? So it's
wanting to fit in. Great.
Yeah.
But that's it. You asked the question, why do you want to learn guitar? I want to be something. I want to fit in.
For sure.
That changes how you teach.
Yeah. Okay.
So just making them fit in with you is already a great gift. Just supporting them and cheering them on. And it's through the playing, by them learning that scale and then celebrating it, you're making them fit in just with you.
For sure.
And then part of the guitar community. Now they're a musician.
Yeah. That's true.
Right?
That's true. I guess I could include, and you never know, maybe I'll just focus more on that too.
Whether it's that or not, just through the process of understanding why somebody's doing something, then you can help them get the result that they actually want, which will be the thing that fuels you, more than just showing up every day and say, okay, did you do your homework? Did you do your scales? Because it's not what you want to be doing.
For sure, yeah. No, and that might make me change my whole direction too. It's I don't know, which angle I'll go for sure at with this, but I just.
You know what? It's worth it. It's worth trying.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoever's asking for lessons, just before you say yes to anybody, write back and say, why do you want to do this? Why is it important to you?
Yeah, and then if it fits in with the inspirational thing, then go with it.
If somebody came and said to you, well, honestly, I feel like I want to be something. I feel like I'm hidden right now, that nobody sees me and I don't fit in anywhere. So I'm just.
Yeah.
And if you heard that story, then maybe you know what? Come on by.
For sure. Because I've never really looked at it that way. I kind of always looked at it as, okay, well, you kind of get this picture in your mind of, okay, I'll just be sitting down teaching guitar lessons all the time, and it's just it's like another job type of thing, which is,
But it's because you let it be a job.
Yeah, you get that limiting belief, though, where it's like you don't see the possibilities as well when you.
That could be anything. Like if I'm making YouTube videos, it could be the same thing for me. Okay, I got to do 3 videos today. Let's go. Okay, and then it's easy to make it a job.
Yeah.
I've been making videos for over 10 years. I still love it.
Yeah, but you got your big goal there,
But it's not. The goal isn't the thing. It's the process.
Oh, I know. But I'm just saying, you have a goal so big though that you know you can't achieve it. But it's all the things that you're getting there. Well, it's all the things that you're doing the whole process that is important. Even though you know you'll never achieve that huge goal.
It's like making the time that you spend, whether it's on stage playing, whether it's coaching somebody through the lessons. That is like you get lost in it because it's just so much fun.
For sure. My drummer used to say, he had this saying, he was like, if you shoot for the stars, then you're guaranteed the moon.
Yeah.
So that actually made even more sense. I always liked that saying, but it made more sense today when we were sitting in the mastermind today, because it's like, okay, well, you know what, if you have that bigger purpose, and that's what you're always talking about, it just resonated more with me today, because it was like, you know what, you always say in your videos, you're never going to achieve that goal. You got a goal so big, you're never going to achieve it, but it's the process and that's what keeps you going, right? Because you have that huge thing that just keeps you working at it, and you're learning as you go and helping other people. So, yeah, great.
Everybody has a tin roof in them.
Yeah.
Like that kind of concept, that kind of idea of something they want to build for themselves and then give back and create this community. Everybody wants to do something like that.
For sure.
But tin roof starts with one guy picking up a guitar and trying to
And it did, yeah.
scrum a seat,
yeah.
right?
And it did, and there's even a story behind that, because me and that guy, like, he always wanted to be in our band, I remember, and we kind of like, was kind of like, no, you're kind of like more of a country player, and I didn't.
Right.
But he wouldn't take no for an answer. This guy was like, okay, well, he kept at it, and he was always around, showed up at all the shows, showed up everywhere we were, and eventually he ended up, my band kind of split up, and he actually ended up hooking up with the singer and the drummer and that, and then I ended up playing bass for them for a couple of years,
okay.
which was a whole new experience for me too. It's like, I actually never thought I'd be a bass player, but I got into it.
And I mean, guitar is great because there's so many songs you can play with 3 chords.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
And to learn 3 chords is not that challenging.
No, it's
and
not.
So then you can feel like I'm actually playing an instrument.
Yeah. I can't stick to 3 chords myself, but
No, but at the starting point, like the hardest part is just starting.
For sure.
If you start learning the piano, it's hard.
Yeah.
Piano is really difficult. Trumpet, difficult. Like, this is what I learned, because you got to get the mouth properly and you got to remember how everything works. But guitar, you just hold it, you learn this, right? With C, D, G, you could play how many songs?
Yeah.
So many. Like, I'm playing a Beatles song. This is cool, right?
Oh yeah, and it's definitely fun. It's definitely the process. How do you have the drive to keep going if you feel like you've put in so much work and effort on something? Like, this is something that's coming from me for like guitar. Like, I've never actually, I guess I've always had a limiting belief that I've never thought that I could actually, like, when I started out, I always wanted to be a rock star when I was younger. And then later on, I was like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, how could I do that? So and I practiced my ass off for like 30 years, off and on. Of course, I had some breaks in there and whatnot, but it's like, after a while, it's like, how do you come back to that? And then, like, I almost put that aside now, where it's like, hey, well, I don't think I could be successful at that. You know what I mean?
It might be a different version of success.
Yeah.
So you may not be a rock star.
Yeah.
But what else could you do with the guitar beyond that one model?
Yeah, which there's definitely lots of things.
Like, is it teaching? Is it YouTubing and like making crazy riffs and videos? Like, there's a lot you could do with it.
And just being inspiring, which is, I think, is what you kind of answered that question.
Listen, as long as you love it, like, you keep coming back to it.
Yeah. Well, it's something I've always loved for sure.
But if something keeps coming back to you, you have to.
You got to go.
Pay attention to it.
Yeah. I've heard that.
How
before.
many times does it have to hit you in the face before?
Exactly.
You know what? This is
True
the
enough.
thing.
True enough. Yeah.
But it's just the one path you took wasn't the path.
Yeah.
There's a different path that maybe you haven't seen yet. That you got to open your eyes to.
Yeah. Okay.
So it may not be about forming a band and touring across the world and being a rock star, but what's the new version of it? Maybe you're the Instagram guitar rock star.
Yeah, for sure.
But in the process of doing, you discover.
Yeah.
If you were making guitar videos every day and tell me about what that song means to you, you never know where that might go. Maybe you get asked to do, hey, can you come to my event and play guitar and then tell us what that song meant to you? Maybe become a speaker, maybe become an author, maybe become
or take it multiple directions.
But you never know. Like, it's being outside, so you don't know where you're going to be in 10 years. You can't plan that out. But if you're off creating work that you love and is having an impact on people, it'll pull you in so many different directions.
For
and
sure.
you get to pick.
For sure. With speaking for you, is that something that is like where it's just always on, or is that something that you turn on when it's time to? Like, you need to do kind of like a switch, or?
For what, speaking to the camera?
Speaking to the camera, or just speaking in public, like doing a motivational speech, or when you're on video. Like, you just seem like everything kind of just flows for you all the time.
Well, but I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
If I said, hey man, pick up a guitar and play me something, you
could
do it.
Yeah, I could just pick it up.
You could just pick up and play a song. And you might even say, hey, who's your favorite artist? And I'll say, whatever. And you say, oh, yeah, pick a song. I got 20 from him. And you just pull it out. And you may need to like adjust the strings or whatever, make sure it's in tune, and if you go.
So you'd say that you're just kind of always on. It's just like.
I can be.
Can be.
Right? I mean, it's slightly different energy. Even this is a different energy than if I'm when I'm speaking to 3,000 people on Sunday,
For sure.
it's gonna be a different energy than sitting here talking to you.
Talking to me, yeah.
Or when I'm helping, somebody who I happen to meet in the hallway, and then something shifts. I'm like, okay, now we're in coaching mode. This guy has to get it. But it's just repetition, practice, and you'll figure out. You could start by, when you said before, what would Evan Carmichael do? And then you became that, and then you feel your video was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Great, that's a good, you start by putting on somebody else's hat, but then it won't quite fit perfectly.
Yeah.
But it gets you into the feeling of that mode. So then that's 80% of the way. Then the last tweaks are, you gotta figure out what your format's gonna be, what your style's gonna
okay.
be.
Yeah, for me, it's difficult. Like, I just kind of have a monotone voice sort of sounding, and that's why they were like, okay, well, Mark was like, okay, well, do it again, and I did it like 20 times, came back to him, and then he's like, okay, well, I don't see any difference. I'm like, what? He's like, so he said to me, do me a favor, pretend you're somebody else. And I'm like, okay, well, who am I going to pretend to be now?
But even how you said what, your voice changed.
Yeah.
You have it.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You just don't access it a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Which then you need, you have to learn to access it more.
And
so every time my agent would give me an exercise to say something or try something, it never quite felt right, but it always took me to a better spot.
Okay.
So be like Evan Carmichael might not quite feel right because I use different words and I have different expressions, but trying it for a little bit will take you to a better spot.
For sure.
But then you have to play with to make it your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the process.
Yeah, and I guess I was asking because it's just, I remember you saying that you were very introverted in some of your videos.
Go back and watch the videos.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched much of your earlier. It's actually hard to scroll back that far.
You can sort by oldest.
You can sort? Oh, okay.
You don't have to scroll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sort by oldest.
I forgot
Go
about
back
that.
and watch my first videos and you'll see how much
But I seen you talking about them, so I seen a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason why I asked is if you're always on is because for me it kind of seems like it's something that I have to sort of turn on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
At the start. And then it'll just be part of who you are, the more you do it.
And that's why I was asking, because now that you've gotten better at it, it's like, do you still go back to that introverted place? Because I think that's not a bad place to be sometimes.
But I'm still, this is me being introverted.
But you're just talking a lot more and...
But I'm only with you, right? I'm only saying what I'm trying to help, right? I'm not, I think introverts are great listeners. So I'm listening to you and then trying to say from my experience what can help. Like it's just knowledge. If I was coming to you asking guitar questions, you can go super deep and talk about how to.
Yeah.
Right. You just are building up the knowledge base.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, I guess that's true because I'm great at learning and figuring stuff out that way, and I'm great at listening and I'm remembering it and I want to learn it. But then when it comes to the speaking part, that's the part that I need to.
Yeah, but how often have you spoken?
Yeah, not a lot.
Great. You can't tell somebody to pick up a guitar and then just go play
Led
Zeppelin.
No, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know, yeah, for sure.
So, practice.
For sure. Sounds good.
I love it, man.
All right.
Cool. Good work.
If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have two options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.